Hey everybody, and welcome to part 2 of the log harvester job. We are currently still in Utah. I just detached my log harvester quickly, so we can get some fuel. And most likely it's going to be enough for New Mexico. And we are going right next to the border to Clovis and bringing that big ass log harvester. Oversized load. And let's reattach it quickly. I finally figured out how to upload in higher quality to YouTube. Normally YouTube assigns an encoder based on the amount of views the video is going to get. I think it has to have 100 views in a day to get the VP9 encoder, which is the highest quality. And normally for less watched videos, which are mine currently, are going to be encoded with the AVC, which degrades video quality a little bit. But I'm hoping to increase the channel a little bit, get some more views, and it's going to be not just trucking and flight simming. I've already uploaded a couple of other games. Currently doing a Halo Reach playthrough. And I'll see how it's going to go in the future. And if someone happens to dislike my videos and downvote them, that's not a problem. And I would welcome some constructive criticism. Why it got downvoted, so I can improve in the future. Or maybe somebody just a troll and just dislike them for the sake of disliking. Probably sitting in the grandparents' basement with cookie crumbles on the t-shirt and grease stains from microwave lasagna. That's the picture I have in my mind of trolls on the internet. So yeah, we are currently still in Utah. Beautiful landscape right here. Makes me want to play a little bit of Fallout New Vegas. Maybe that's going to be also on the menu in the future. And we have a dinosaur right there. Yeah, I think we are headed to Moab, or Moab, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. But there are a couple of dinosaur statues right here in this area. Maybe there was a dig in the vicinity where they discovered some dinosaur bones. I don't know. Gonna have to look it up in the future. And 45. Let's maintain the speed a little bit. We have all the time in the world. I think we have to be there in New Mexico on Wednesday in the afternoon. And 35. Nice little town here. Yeah, the game is running currently with 400% scaling. It looks great. And yeah, going to re-encode this video in 2K, so I get the VP9 encoder, and hopefully it's going to be in a higher quality. And let's just drive to town. 11 hours to go. And we are going to have to stop today as well. And since we have to be in the afternoon on Wednesday there, then we can rest. And that's beautiful Lonestar. Drink, drive, lose. That's a nice slogan. And there goes family Griswold once again. Yeah, I'm going to stop, most likely at 10 in the evening, and rest for 8 hours, and get going once again Wednesday in the morning. The world's most happy cattle. And right lane is going to end, so let's go up ahead. And probably that truck is going to slow us down a lot. We are actually pretty heavy, but he's just doing 40. I don't know why. Come on, man. We can do 65. Anyway, let's do a little bit of engine braking. Yeah, beautiful weather. I guess this area doesn't get much rain. And there is also the winter mod that I'm going to check out at some point. Kind of like base standard X-Plane 11 doesn't have winter textures. I don't know if winter is simulated, for example, the traction on the road or icing. I don't think so, but actually STS, I don't know, there is pretty big amount of work involved if they want to turn everything into winter landscape. I guess they have to rework every texture. Well, I don't know. Would be a nice addition, but doesn't have to be. And I'm curious, after Idaho, what state is going to be next. I don't think they're going to do all the 50 states. Well, I don't think Hawaii is going to be on the list. Maybe Alaska. That would be nice. They could do it with a snowy texture. Kind of like in Euro Truck 2, where you can get a ferry. Then you can drive around in Alaska. And maybe they're going to do Canada as well at some point in the future. Or Mexico. Now there are a couple of mods. But let's just stick with the standard for now. And this guy is still braking and going really slow. Well, I guess with that hazardous cargo, I won't go that fast. And once again, speed limit. Some kind of little town in the middle of the desert. Yeah, I think we are going straight for New Mexico. We're not going to go through Arizona. I haven't been driving in New Mexico for a while. Only Oregon and Washington and Utah. Burgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, pizza, and we have a red light. Doesn't seem... Oh, he's going to the right. That's great. He's doing the right on red. Fantastic. And once we have come to a complete stop, of course, then there is a green light. Takes a while until we get going with this oversized load. A couple of guys on the roof. And it's still 10 hours to go. I can do 45 and Up ahead, 65. Yeah, we should be crossing to into New Mexico pretty soon. And we are going to go near Albuquerque, I think. Also, there is a great scenery for Albuquerque International Sunport for X-Plane 11. If I remembered correctly, then it's done by... well, I don't remember it at all. And there's some road work ahead. Short Final is the name of the developer who did the airport scenery. And Highway Patrol. And can we do this green? Thank God. If that Highway Patrol didn't slow down all the way, then we shouldn't have stopped as well. And he's going to the right. Come on. Now we have to slow down once again. Yeah, I had to break this video apart in 2 parts. Otherwise it would have been a really big and really long video. Yeah, these long hauls are pretty... yeah, they take a long time. But hopefully at some point we are going to go on a highway and then we can do, I think, 80. Then it's going to go much faster. And we are back to 2H. Yeah, climbing these hills takes a lot of RPM. And yeah, Fallout New Vegas. Looks like this area. Anyway, great game. Never actually played it for a long time. I think for 10 hours and that was it. I guess I never had the time. I played the Fallout 1, 2 and 3 all the way through. Haven't spent much time with 4, and I actually never played that other, I don't know, which was a really bad game for Bethesda. They took a misstep in that direction. I think it was Fallout 76. Well, maybe. I'm going to check that out as well. And something's happening here. Nice little saloon. And we are going to the left. Monument Valley. We have to be real careful that we are not going too fast, otherwise this can tip over this whole configuration. And we also have to turn in a big arc, otherwise it can get stuck really fast. And track IR, some kind of river. Yeah, I really love to look around, enjoy the scenery, but even with track IR we can pretty easily lose orientation and go into another lane or go off the road pretty fast. Maybe I'm going to need to invest into two new monitors so I can set up left and right as well. Could be handy for flight simulators as well. Yeah, some people have a crazy setup. Well, I guess my setup is also quite good with the Logitech G920, shifter, pedals and track IR. I also have a set of rudder pedals for X-plane and the joystick. Maybe the next thing is going to be a yoke. I've seen some great ones out there. The honeycomb especially piqued my interest. But for now, doing quite well with the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. Please pull for vehicle inspection. Alright. Guess it had to happen at some point. Getting out of here is going to be a pain in the ass. DPS, Arizona. Are we going to Arizona? No. I don't know. Haven't seen the shield that we are in a new state. And let these guys pass, and maybe after the red truck we can go out. Now it's going to stop. And now he gets going again. Well, we are committed, so we are out. Let's tank him. And now we can gain some speed once again. I recently tried the enhanced graphics mod for Euro Truck, but I didn't like the colors. Then I think vanilla, standard American truck and Euro Truck working just fine. And now we are here to New Mexico. And we can only do 55. Still 8 hours to go. Yeah, with 400% scaling, and I have also shadows disabled, like I said in a previous video. Doesn't do much actually, just only eats frame rate. And also depth of field disabled, and some sort of accident. Whoa, that was tight. Yeah, depth of field is disabled. It's a matter of personal preference, I think. I don't like when it gets blurry, everything in the background. Yeah, I'm liking this truck a lot. I also enjoy the... well, I guess every truck in it is pretty good. Yeah, I started with a garage in San Diego and with a Canvas W900. Then I improved, gained some experience, then pimped the truck with the best engine and shifter and that sort of stuff. Then expanded the garage, bought another truck, hired a new driver, and this is how we are doing here. I guess I'm up to level 25 or level 26 in this one, which is not much. There are some really hardcore players who are up to a much higher level. And now we have green. That white car almost crashed into me. And going to the right lane. Some sort of bridge here. San Juan River. Yeah, we're doing pretty good actually. 7 hours and 50 minutes till the next rest. And 24 hours and 53 minutes remains. Yeah, in the evening I'm going to look for a rest area. I think fuel is going to be enough. Can't read how many miles we have to drive. 404. And city limits Farmington 35. Let's slow down. Haven't received a speeding ticket or had a crashed vehicle offense. Haven't managed to get my lock harvester stuck. Maybe next I'm going for a heavy transport duty or a special cargo. And big arc. Yeah, let's keep a look in the mirror. And we are at Farmington. Another light. Do you have to go left? No, just... Alright, they managed to get going. Engine brake use prohibited. Well, let's just do it for fun a couple of times. Nobody noticed. I don't think there is a penalty for using engine brake. At least not in this game. Yeah, this is pretty great driving around, especially with music. Some sort of country or western. Or just watching some movies in the background. Or listening to them. Or just tune into the local radio station. Yeah, mostly I'm doing that. Or just have some movie playing in the background. For example, some Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. Yeah, we do get the occasional flickering texture. game engine is being really old. It has received DirectX 11 support not long ago, so the performance is actually really nice. And truck dealer discovered we already have a Volvo. And we're going to Albuquerque, or in that direction. So if you're watching this full video, then maybe you can listen to some country music in the background. Makes it more enjoyable, I guess. Yeah, driving around in Las Vegas, listening to the Fallout New Vegas soundtrack is something really nice. And Albuquerque to the right. Still have green light, although we can also do the right on red here. Now if I switch over to Eurotruck too, then sometimes I try to do the right on red thing in Europe. And 35. I don't know why, there's a speed limit. And now we can do 70 here in the open road. Better than 55, so now we can push the pedal to the metal. I recently reinstalled 18 Wheels of Steel just to check out a little bit of nostalgia. It was pretty great for the time. Also spent a little time with Assetto Corsa, great racing simulator. Although I'm not any good at it, still have to practice. There's a pretty good career mode, so maybe if I'm good enough I'm going to upload some videos. Yeah, the AI drivers are pretty good. I also played a little bit of Project Cars, which has a similar career mode than, for example, NBA 2K. But Assetto Corsa is for more hardcore racing fans. There's also the Assetto Corsa Competizione, but not really interested in that one. And brake, police car. And now we are headed to a more foresty area. Been driving around enough in the prairie or desert. Well, I guess prairie. The Wild Wild West. And there's the danger of deer. But I don't think there are any wild animals in this game. I can only see some horses and cattle on the roadside. Not like in my summer car, where driving around in the evening you can get hit by moose. They are like heat-sinking missiles, just driving around, and they directly run into your car, possibly killing you in the process, especially when you play it in hardcore permadeath mode, which I am doing all the time. makes life more interesting. And my summer car is also on the agenda. We have some sort of agricultural farm simulator type landscape here. Oh man, I have so many games that I like to do videos of. In the approximate amount of 400. So if I stop buying games at this point, I can just do videos of every one of them, and would be occupied for many years. Five and a half hours. And it's 6 in the afternoon. Next rest stop in 5 hours and 41 minutes. Yeah, it's changing constantly depending on how efficient we drive. And police slowing down. Looks like he put on the lights, so that's what I'm going to do as well. And soon we arrive to Albuquerque, and from there it's just going to be a short drive to Clovis. And then maybe after that, in Clovis we have to go get some fuel, rest, and then we can check out what sort of job offers we can take. Yeah, maybe we are going to head back to Utah, or maybe go up to Oregon and Washington. There are still some towns left undiscovered. Also, I think in New Mexico there are some towns. So maybe I'm going to do a short drive, discover all the towns, and I guess I have 55% of the map explored. And some sort of ruins up on the right. And Albuquerque is in the distance already. And we are getting tired. But we can still do 70. And we are going to the right. I don't think we have to... Oh yeah, there's a red light. But everybody should be doing the right on red thing, there is no danger. I don't know if it's universal in America, this law or rule that we can do the right on red. And right lane is going to end, so let's stick to the left one. But we are going onto the highway. And looks like it's clear, so we can push the pedal to the metal. Let's stay in this right lane. And we are not going through the city center, thankfully. And soon the evening arrives, and then I'm going to have to look for a rest area. Indian village. No, we're going to have to go to the right lane. Once again, was enjoying the scenery and not to Santa Rosa. You're going to have to pay more attention to these crossings. If we go to the wrong lane, then we can spend a couple more hours on the road, which is not great. There are also the diversions because of accidents, but thankfully haven't encountered one yet. They could also be quite unnerving. Louisiana Boulevard. But we are going to Santa Rosa. And we are actually doing a good time. 3 hours and 40 minutes. And GPS says we have to go to the right lane, but actually let's just stick to the middle one for now. I'm going a little bit fast, but I don't think they are going to bust me for 2 miles per hour over the limit. And lights are on. It's 8 in the evening, 8 p.m. Well, I guess soon we can go and rest up. Yeah, these sunsets are looking really fantastic in this game. Yeah, even though it's an older graphics engine, it looks pretty great. Yeah, they keep improving it. They pretty much, or SCS Software pretty much has a monopoly on trucking games right now. There are a couple of new ones out there, but they pale in comparison, I think. Well, I personally haven't tried the other ones, but I think there's no reason to produce new trucking games, I guess, at this point, because everybody is playing either Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator. And new DLCs arrive in 2 or 3 months intervals, so which is pretty great. Life never gets boring. And rest area. Well, let's go and sleep a little bit. 20 miles per hour, and it's pretty narrow, so trucks up tour. And let's pull in here and sleep a little bit. It's going to save the game, do a quick break, and continue this video. well, stop like a real asshole, but